coming today. This is going to be more philosophical than physical. Because eventually one day you'll be training people and showing people this style. And so I want to give you the inside look at the style. A lot of people don't get to see it because they just learn, the moves. They learn the movements, and some of you already know the movements. You've been studying the combinations, the 12 combinations. So I'm going to go into that a little bit, but first, before I do that, I just want to give you an orientation. And we do this when I go around the country and I go to different dojos and studios and train people in this style, and the teachers too, also the people that actually run the studios, because they want it so they can incorporate it, because that's what it's all about. It's about mixed martial arts. It's always been that way. It's been, the more you know about fighting, the better you're going to be as a fighter. It's like being a doctor. You're always practicing. You're always practicing. If you're a lawyer, you're always practicing. Okay? And they teach you how to, when you're a lawyer and a doctor, they teach you how to research. They teach you how to research so you can learn new techniques and new, because it's always changing. It's getting more advanced. There's more technology. Same thing with fighting. And that's what this is really all about. It's about fighting. And so usually when I go to schools and I start talking to teachers, sometimes the school's a little bit too passive. And so I have to give them a warning before I come in, as you start talking to your students, and then sometimes the parents of the students, that that we're going to explain what war is. We're going to talk about war. Martial arts means war. It comes from from the god of Mars. Okay, Mars. It's all about military. It's about war. When you come to learn how to fight, you're learning how to be a warrior. Okay? And so what I want to talk to you about now is the degree of a warrior that you want to be. Because everybody doesn't want the same thing when they come to study martial arts. They don't want the same thing. So I just wrote down a few notes because I want to make sure that I hit you with the hardest things. And this is going to be ongoing, so don't think that we're going to tell you everything in one day. It's not going to happen like that. We're right now associated, Chris Wilson and myself are now partners. And so you're going to get more and more of this as we go. But he said some of you are his top students. And so we want to make sure that you know this style, you'll be able to teach this style, train other people, help him. Because we want this to become very, very large, very, very big. So there's a few things that you need to look at online, and I know a lot of you probably already do this, and I'm probably going to say a lot of things today that you already know, that he's probably already told you, or some other teachers already told you. But repetition is the way you learn. So don't ever get to the point where I already know that, I heard that. No. If you're going to be a master at what you're trying to do, you need to hear it again and again and again and again. And then when you start teaching, you're going to teach them again and again. It's going to be over, it's going to be the same thing all the time. All the time. And that's how you perfect it. Because practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Remember that. Perfect practice. The way you practice is the way you're going to fight. Okay? So if you're awkward in your fighting, and you're not accurate in your fighting, you're not powerful, you're not speedy in your fighting, then that's where you're going to be when it's time for you to fight somebody. Just know that. So that way you start focusing now and concentrating like a student, like a real student. So there's some things online. There's it's called Muscle Madness, and it's the strongest soldier. So if you go on Facebook, everybody's on Facebook, go, and you can always get this from me after the class. But Muscle Madness is the strongest soldier. And if you go to my Facebook page, Antar Jana Facebook page, you'll see some of these videos. The strongest soldier. Also, there's a football. It's Lions Gear. It's a football video that you want to look at. Barry Sanders, top 10 career plays for Barry Sanders, and watch him run. Watch him run. It's about tenacity. It's about being strong. He wasn't a real big man, but you couldn't tackle him. You couldn't tackle him. Because most of what I'm going to tell you about today about fighting is in your mind. It's in your mind. Okay? It's what you intend to do. Okay? What are your intentions? You want to be a fighter? Okay, when you get in the ring and you start fighting somebody, what are your intentions? What do you intend to do? Do you intend to hurt somebody? You got some people who have the philosophy is, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. That's their philosophy in life. Even though they're studying martial arts, but their philosophy is, I don't want to hurt anybody. Well, why are you doing this? You shouldn't be doing this. Because this is about hurting people. Martial means military. Martial arts. Now they used the word art a long time ago, but it transitioned into science. It's talking about science, martial arts, because it was beautiful to see people do katas and see people do their movement. It's beautiful. It's art. But really it's science. It's science. It's a body of knowledge. What you're learning here with Ali Fighting G is a body of knowledge. You know, or any martial arts system that you learn, it's a body of knowledge. And then you start mixing them together, and now you got a big body of knowledge. And you got a lot of things you got to remember, and you want this to be like giving speeches or whatever, rote memory. So now you're not thinking about what you're going to do, you just do it. You don't think about it. You got to get to the point where you don't think about it anymore. You just do it. You just act. Okay? So these videos are really, really good. There's one video I was telling Chris about. It's called, it says this guy's a beast. It's really military training. And it's a guy turning over tires. He's turning over tires. He's got about 10 tires laid out. And they get bigger at the end. And he's flipping them over his head. He's flipping them. And he's doing all kinds of things. You know, it's just unbelievable what you can do when you train yourself. That's the point of looking at some of these videos. Because you look at them and you say like, wow, that's awesome. How does he do that? Training. Over and over and over. So you want to look at these sites because visualization is everything. It's like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is an expert in boxing history. He watches boxing films. You know, Jack Dempsey. I mean, he goes all the way back. He can tell you anything about any boxer, style, everything, because he watches these films. His trainer, his teacher, taught him to watch these films, to see how these people fought. And he had a style that we all know was famous. His style is famous. It was awesome. It was unbreakable. When he was in his prime, I mean, people didn't even know what this guy could do. He was just, he was just awesome. But it wasn't because of just him. He started like that as a young person, but as he developed and learned the art and the science of boxing, and the movements, and the punching power that he had, and the speed that he had. A lot of people, when you gotta go back and you gotta look at him to see how fast he really was, is slipping punches, and throwing punches, and moving his body from here to here, here to here. He could hop. He was jumping all over the place, getting different positions to hit the person. So it was angles he was looking for. And then he would throw certain punches. He was looking for angles, and if you're standing still and he's moving, then he's pretty much doing anything he wants to do to you. That's power. Power is the speed and the accuracy and the force that you use to influence other people, to influence other people's behavior. So you can be powerful, politically powerful. You can be academically powerful, because what you're trying to do is influence other people's behavior. When as a fighter, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to influence other people's behavior. They think that they want to do this, and then you make them do something else. They think they want to come over here, and you make them go over there. They want to run all around the ring, and you want to cut it off. You got some people that are experts at cutting off the ring. You think you're going to be moving all over the place, but then you're in there with an expert who knows how to cut this ring off and confine you to a small area that he gets you. He gets you. So it's strategy. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. So there's 3 different levels of fighting, okay? And you got to know this. It's like, and you guys are kind of going through these levels now. And I like the way you guys are training. You're hitting each other, and that's awesome, because you need to know what it feels like, and not just to the body, but to the head too. To the head too, because that's where most of the shots you're going to get is going to be to the head. But you're going to get some awesome shots to the body. They can take you out just as fast as headshots. Body shots will take you out just as fast as headshots. So, you got to be tough. You got to be really, really tough about taking body shots. But you guys know when you come down that line, when you come down that line, you know you're going to get hit. You know you're going to get hit, okay? In the chess match, in the actual fighting, it's when you don't know you're going to get hit, is when you get knocked out. Is when somebody gets that angle on you, and you don't see it coming, and the body shot hits you, or the head shot hits you, and you don't see it coming. That's the one that takes you out. The ones that you can see coming, you can prepare for. You can brace yourself for it. You know, like when you get ready to go down the line, you mentally say, okay, I gotta make it down to the other end, and then they're hitting it, and stuff like that. But when you're boxing somebody that's really skilled, you're not gonna know when the punch comes. You're just gonna feel it. And it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. Same thing with the knockout punch. It's too late. Once the knockout punch comes, you don't remember what happened until you watch the film. Until you watch the film. I mean, you've seen some of these people get knocked out. You know, they wake up, they don't know, like, they don't know where they're at. They don't even know what day it is, or what, you know, or what. They got, you know, then you want to interview and say, well, what happened? He don't know what happened. He has to go watch the film, the replay, to see how he got hit and what happened. All he knows is, I got caught. I got caught. He caught up with me. I wasn't looking. I didn't know what happened. And that's your job as a warrior, as a fighter. It's the element of surprise. The element of surprise. Person thinks they know what's going on. They got a game plan. It's like a lot of people are saying right now that, what's his name, Tyson and, what's his name? No, Mayweather and McGregor are going to fight. And they're saying, well, you know, McGregor's in trouble because he's fighting the greatest of all time, defensive fighter of all time. Not necessarily. I don't go. The game ain't like that. This man is a warrior. And he's preparing for war. And he's going to get paid. I mean, it's not like he's going in to lay down because he's going to make $200 million. It's like, no, he wants to win. And so he has a great opportunity to win, too. Anything can happen. Because the only strategy really he has to have is he has to jump on Mayweather. He got to jump on him. I mean, really jump on him like nobody else has ever jumped on him before, and put so much pressure on him that he gets him off balance, gets him off his Mayweather game, and knocks him out. That's his game plan. Okay? He's not going in there to lose. Mayweather ain't going in there to lose either. He ain't never going in there to lose. Never. So it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. Two enemies fighting. They might be friends now and respect each other as gentlemen and all the rest of that kind of stuff. But no. When the bell rings, it's war. That's my enemy. That's why you have to be the kind of person that your intentions are you coming in to hurt somebody. You're coming in to destroy somebody. That has to be your intention. You can't. You have to. Whatever you have in your mind about peace and love and mercy and I don't want to hurt anybody. That's outside the ring. That's when you're shaking hands and you're friends and you're hugging and but when you start to fight, that's your enemy. That's your enemy. So you have the one thing you got to do, and you guys do that here, and that's why I'm happy to be here, is strength. It's about power. So if you're not involved in power right now, you know, I give you like a 90-day challenge. I'm getting ready to do some power work for 90 days. You know, and I do that every year, and you should do this. So 90 days, get stronger. I mean, really strong. Mentally. Making your body do more push-ups, lift more weights, become strong, really, really powerful as a fighter. Because if you're not, you're going to be in trouble. You might have good skills and you throw good punches and you might be really fast and everything, but if you're weak and then you see some of these fights where the person fights for 12 rounds and nobody gets a bloody nose, nobody gets a black eye, nobody gets knocked down. Like, what is that? That's not a fight. That's not a fight. That's a whole bunch of pity pat. That's a whole bunch of, you know, they moving around and they boxing and nobody got a bloody nose, nobody got knocked down, nobody got hurt. That's not a fight. That's not a war. A war is what you saw when you see Tyson or when you saw Ali and people like that. They're going to beat you up. That's why Ali said he get paid for beating people up. And that's what he did. That was his profession, beating people up, cutting them up, cutting their faces up, knocking them out, playing with them, doing whatever he wants to do because he controlled your behavior when you were in the ring. He controlled your behavior. So if he want to take you 15 rounds, you're going 15 rounds. Hopefully you got the energy and the stamina to do it because in the 15th round, it's going to be like the first round. For him, and he's going to knock you out because you're going to be tired and you're going to be weak. So the boxer has to run. That's why he runs you all over the place. You're running. It's about stamina. It's about strength. Because I don't know if McGregor's ever been 12 rounds before. I don't think so. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. Mayweather going 12 rounds? That ain't nothing. That's nothing. So if you've never been 12 rounds before, some people have never been 4 rounds. I mean, that's why when you start fighting, you start with 4 rounders, 6 rounders, 8, 10, main event, then championship, 12. It used to be 15. It used to be 15. When Ali and them were fighting, it was 15 rounds. Okay? And so, do you have that type of stamina? Well, I'm here to tell you this. The average person can only fight for about a minute. Full speed. 60 seconds. So if you're out on the street and you see some street fighters fighting, it's going to be last about a minute. Real strong, real vicious, real powerful. Unless they're on drugs or something like that. Then they might fight for days. PCP, whatever. But if they're just a normal person, and that's why you're training and you're studying martial arts, because you know if that day comes and you have to fight somebody, you want to do well. You want to do well. But the average person is going to fight for 60 seconds, and they're going to start huffing and puffing, and they're going to, it's over. Pretty much the fight is over. So, if you're walking with your girlfriend, and you're just an average guy, and he knows he's getting ready to fight somebody, you say, tell her to run, because you ain't got but about a minute. You got about a minute. I can hold him off for about a minute, and you better be down the street somewhere, because that's about all I got. If he's realistic, call 911. If he's realistic. But if you're a warrior, you're going to be there all day.
He not.
Yeah. And you're going to get him out of there, and he's going to be there all day. But you're not. One thing that's not going to happen is you're not going to get tired. You're not going to get tired. Another thing that's not going to happen, he's not going to move you around any way he wants to and muscle you around. Because why? You're strong. You're powerful. You got muscles. A long time ago, the myth was, don't lift weights. That was a myth. They didn't know what they were doing. Those trainers didn't know what they were doing, telling their people not to lift weights because it makes you slow. No, it doesn't. It makes you strong. It makes you powerful. And in fact, it makes you faster. It makes you faster because you have more muscle. You train the muscle, and the muscle takes over and does what it wants to do. It's muscle memory. So if you don't have a lot of muscle, then you don't have a lot of muscle memory either. And people can move you around. They can manipulate you. Like I said, they have the power. They're going to manipulate your behavior. Okay? So that's the first thing. 90 days, get strong. Stronger. More powerful, more faster. So you can manipulate people and get more endurance and more stamina so that you can fight for longer periods of time. Okay? So this is military, remember? Mars, martial, military, war. This is military. That's why you want to look at the Green Beret. That's why you want to look at the Rangers and the SEALs and see how they train. How they train for combat. These people are in it for real. They're in it for real. You should be in it for the same thing. Because you're going to fight for your life when somebody jumps on you or you find yourself in a bad situation. You will be fighting for your life. It'll be the fight of your life. However you want to say it. Because you're going to be fighting for your life. And you know that even a person that's not really well equipped to fight, they fight hardest right before they get ready to die. Okay, so don't underestimate anybody. If somebody's scared and you're fighting with them, they're going to get some adrenaline and some rush that they never had before because they're fighting for their life too.
Like an injured animal.
Yeah, man. I mean, so this is very serious. So that's the first thing. Get strong, get fast, get powerful. The second thing is spar, like you guys are doing. Spar. That's how you learn how to fight. If you go to a studio or some training, whatever, and they don't spar, you're not going to learn how to fight. So I can teach you the Ali Fighting Gia style, and we can hit bags, and we can do all that stuff, and I can make you look. In 90 days, I can make you look like a pro. Jabs, uppercuts, double jab, everything. Look like a pro. Footwork, everything, but you can't fight. You can't fight. You can't fight. You got to get in the ring or get on the mat with somebody throwing punches at you. So you can duck and slip punches and get away from punches and throw punches at the same time, be on offense and defense at the same time. That's complicated. I don't care what kind of strength you have and speed you have. Once you get in the ring with somebody that knows what they're doing, they'll shut you down mentally. Later for your physical strength and all your speed and everything, you don't know what you're doing. And when somebody starts punching you in your face and you can't stop them, and they're hitting you in your body and you can't stop them, and you can't catch them, and you can't hit them, your brain will shut down. You'll quit. Your brain will shut down. And if you don't quit, they'll make you quit. You're gonna quit because they're gonna beat you down. Okay? So you gotta spar. You gotta slip punches. You gotta take punches. You gotta move. and you got to throw punches at the same time. Because my philosophy is like when you see this, let me show you something. This shirt right here is not complete. So we're putting the shirts and everything together. But this shirt on the back will be this inside out. On the back is the word fight. It says Ali fight in Gia. Okay? So it's the word fight. Fortitude, ingenuity, generosity, hardness, tenacity. Okay? So right now I'm talking about generosity. It's better to give than to receive. Isn't that right? That's our philosophy. We're not trying to receive no punches. I'm not trying to get hit. I don't like people hitting me. I don't like that. I don't like the people punching on me. I like to punch on people.
It's not tag.
Yeah, I like to punch on people. So this style is set up where you do the punching. In fact, you do so much of it, it scares people. You don't stop. We don't clinch. We don't back up. It's all forward movement. It's all side-to-side movement. It's 12 combinations, flurries. I mean, flurries of combinations, like a Uzi. So somebody's coming in with a 6-shooter and you got a Uzi. And who's going to win? The Uzi's going to win every time, all the time. And you don't have to shoot straight either. You're going to be shooting so much. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep the person off balance because you're hitting them with double jabs. And you're hitting them with different punches and coming from different angles and different positions. And after a while, their corner, you don't have to worry about what they're saying over in the corner. The corner's not even talking anymore. He's talking. He don't know what to do. They might be saying, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Hey man, you ain't in there with this dude. You can say all this stuff, but you ain't in there. So sparring makes you sharp, okay? And you got some people that's where they get off the train, with sparring. If you really want to learn how to go to war, become a fighter. Become a fighter. You don't have to necessarily fight professionally or amateur. You just need to be in a school where you get the opportunity to fight. Win or lose. You get an opportunity to do that. So you know what it feels like. And boxers, to me, boxers and martial artists are the best people I've ever met in my life. I've been around a lot of boxing gyms, a lot of martial arts studios. These are the most polite and nicest people you ever want to meet in your life. They're the most dangerous people that you ever want to meet. Okay? So you be friends, but then when you have an opportunity to fight, then take advantage of the opportunity and get in the ring. And then we're making some gear now where a person can actually, throw the hardest punches. And the other person not necessarily going to get hurt, but they're going to feel the velocity and the power of the punches. But they're not going to get hurt because of the gear. It's just like fencing. I got a sword and I'm sticking you with it, but I'm not penetrating. I'm not going into your skin. You got enough padding on to stop me, and you see when the person stabs him, the sword bends. It goes at an angle. They really went in there with that. But it didn't kill the person. So we do the same thing with fighting, where you can throw all the punches, and you can throw them as hard as you can, as fast as you can, and possibly even put the person down or whatever, but you don't have bloody noses and busted lips and people are not really getting injured. And you got some padding up there like that. It's very difficult to hurt somebody in the body with that padding on. But can you hit it hard with that padding on? Can you really cut loose with it? Yeah. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to get in the habit of pulling punches. You got to do that sometime when you're sparring because you're really not trying, you're not fighting. You're not fighting, but you still want to hit hard. Okay? And then it's good for your opponent too because he gets the feel of the velocity of the punches and everything. And then you're slipping. So you don't want people moving slow, you want them to go fast. Faster, 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 faster. And then you get better because you're getting away from the punches and harder and harder and harder. And now you can take the punches and that's good. So you're getting ready for the fight. That's what the sparring is. Then now a day comes when now you got to fight. Okay? And so what you lose? Because you're going to lose. Everybody's going to lose. Everybody's going to lose. And don't look at professional boxing as fair, because it's not. Professional boxing is not fair. If I wanted anybody here to be a professional boxer, we could take you and you could be the star of Sacramento. And I guarantee you we could get you 20-0. Because who are you going to be fighting? Nobody. We're going to be bringing people in from Philly, from New York, people that haven't trained, people, you know, he may be a great boxer about 2 years ago, 4 years ago, we haven't trained in 4 years. And now he's trying to make a comeback, and now so we're going to bring him in, and you already got 15 fights, you know, knocked out 15 people, and we're going to bring him in. And they come Killer Joe from, and it sounds like a good card, but he's going to get knocked out in the first round. And we know it, because we're trying to get you 20-0 because we want to make some money, and we want to get a title shot. But by the time you get to 20-0, you better know how to hurt people. You better know what you're doing, because now you're going to fight people in the top 10, and they're not playing. Everybody's trying to get their record. Everybody's trying to get that big payday, okay? But it's not fair. Like, there was a lot of people that could have whooped Mayweather along the line, but he's never going to see those people. He'll never fight those people. There's a lot of people out there that toward the end of his career that could have beat him, but they're not going to put him in the ring with those people. You got some people that knock you out just looking at you, and so you're not going to get in the ring with those kind of people. They were going to pick the people. Like he always tells people, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. I mean, I got kids. I'm trying to retire, you know, unhurt with my brain intact. Because there's some people that will mess you up. You know, it's not like football. Football is very hard to get out of football without having a concussion. A whole lot of concussions.
Did they do that with Mike Tyson, people like that, or they put him
in the beginning, yeah.
Oh, they, you know, so
yeah.
they
Oh,
pushed
yeah.
him into where he needed to be. And
yeah.
once he got there, then they just let him.
See, the thing is, I think I told you this one day. People laughing, but I'm just serious. If somebody gives me, or he gives you, some 10-year-olds, put you in the ring with some 10-year-olds, and you start knocking out 10-year-olds. You know, I mean, you go 3 or 4 rounds with them, and bang, and knock him out. Everybody's like, whoa, he knocked out a 10-year-old. He knock you out, but I knock him out?
Yeah.
Do I know what it feels like to knock somebody out? Okay, then bring me another one. Bow! Knock him out too. You know, I'm dangerous now, ain't I? I'm only whooping 10-year-olds, but check this out. I'm knocking them out. I'm 2-0.
And it's a viral too.
Yeah. We'd be in jail. but you understand what I'm saying? So I got 10-year-olds that I've knocked out cold. I'm a dangerous man. I'm a dangerous person. How many people you knock out? You know what I mean? You don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it feels like to knock people out. I do. Even though now it's gonna be some 12-year-olds. That's what professional boxing is, okay?
12-year-olds is tough.
Yeah, 12-years-olds, yeah.
I'm a professional knockout.
Right, yeah, that's right.
And now it can become true.
Right.
Because you believe it. You're like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time.
And see, but that's what professional boxing is. They might not be 10, but it really is 10 in skill.
Right.
In skill and stamina and power punching. Some of these people can't even punch, they can knock the 10-year-old out. You got some boxers that can't knock a 10-year-old out. And you got some people that can blow on you and knock you out. They just they're built like that. So the professional trainers and boxers and everything, they're looking for the people they can beat. Put on a good show and beat them. The people in the hometown don't care. All they want to see is you knock somebody out. And you see your record go up. You're the hometown guy. They don't know this guy from Philadelphia, who he is, or what his record is, or anything. I don't care. Go back and look at all the professional boxers and look at the people they fought in the first 15 fights and look at their records.
0 and 21.
Right. Look at their record. But nobody cares. Nobody cares because this person is being built. It's just all entertainment. So fighting is that's when you really get it. Is when you actually get in the ring with somebody that's your size, that's your skill level, that is coming in to win the fight. They want to win the fight. You want to win the fight. Okay? And so you guys go at it. You go at it. After it's over, you're friends again. You're friends again. Everything's cool. So those are 3 levels. Learn the skill, spar, and then fight. So those are the things. And then remember your intentions. What are your intentions? Because I guarantee you, whatever your intentions are, that's what's going to happen. What do you intend to do? Tyson and those people, they intend to hurt somebody. And they'll tell you that. That's what they intend to do. And they might even say some things that are crazy. And people say, like, what did he say? Crack his skull, I'm gonna hit him and knock his nose bone up into his brain, and stuff like that. He's serious about that. He's serious about that. When the bell rings, he's serious about that. If the referee doesn't get in between him and the other person in time, this other person can get hurt real bad. Maybe die. if you die, because that's why you have the referee in there to stop somebody from getting killed. Because with boxing, especially with people like Tyson and people like that, they are not thinking. So if they got you in trouble and they're putting you down and you're not falling fast enough, then they're gonna hit you some more. If the referee doesn't get in there, he's gonna hit you some more. Even if you're going down and you're not all the way down, you might get hit while you're going down. But he's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. He's on now. He's on. And then later, after he knocks you out and you stay out for 15 minutes, he's over in the corner right there. Are you all right? Are you all right? Now he's concerned about the person. This person hurt really bad because now he's back into his other mind. But when he was a warrior, when he was a fighter, he was about killing you. If that's what happens, then that's why you get paid so much money to be in the game. So don't have that mentality. I don't want to hurt you. If that's your mentality, then you are doing this for the art. You are doing this because how nice it looks when you do this and when you do that. You're not really in this to fight. Okay? So I'm just giving you the philosophy. If you don't have the philosophy, I just want you to have the philosophy, because if you think like this, you'll be a better fighter. Okay? Now also, before I go into some of the things about the style, always have a target. So don't just fight. Don't just throw your hands out saying, I'm going to hit this person in the head. I'm going to hit this person in the body. Always have a target. And your target is the chin. Okay? So aim at the chin. And then you're really not trying to hit the jaw, but you can break a jaw. Just remember how strong you are and how powerful you are? Yeah, you can hit somebody in the jaw and break it. So if you happen to hit the jaw, okay, cool. You know, the nose, you can break the nose. You know, but what you're after is the chin. And you're not after an inch of the chin, you're after a quarter inch of the chin. So it's like shooting a bow and arrow. If I shoot a bow and arrow long enough, I will get very accurate, and I'll hit bullseye, 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 bullseye. Same thing with the gun. If I shoot often enough, a headshot, 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 headshot. Okay, because I'm that good. I'm a marksman. Same thing with your hands. Okay, but you pardon?
Did you say it was a handgun?
A handgun, a headshot.
From what distance?
Depends on your skill level.
Your skill level?
My skill level?
Yes.
I'm not shooting.
I thought you were marksman.
No, I'm a marksman with these. I'm a marksman with these. I can hit a quarter inch in your chin in a boxing ring, and just scrape it, just enough to make your head turn and knock you out. I'm not trying to hit. The more of the jaw, the head that I hit, the more neck is involved. You got a man with a real strong neck, or a woman with a real strong neck, and they see the punch coming, they brace themselves. You know, you're not going to get the head to move. The concussion comes when the brain bounces up against the skull, goes through the cerebral spinal fluid and bounces up against the skull. That's a concussion, and that's what you're trying to do. That's the whole objective of fighting, is to give somebody a concussion, not a light one, but a very strong concussion, till they actually pass out.
Give them the bobblehead.
You know, everything just falls apart. Knees buckle. The body starts doing things that the person didn't want the body to do. You know, it's really funny when you see it happen. And you've seen a lot of knockouts and stuff like this. People just like, once the brain cuts off, it's like everything cuts off. You know, I've seen people in the military, they call it a standing kill. Some people get killed and stand up. You're still standing up. Be dead. You know, you got some people get knocked out and they're still there. You know, they don't know if they're gonna fall this way or fall backwards or which way. If they fall, they get ready to fall like a tree.
Boom.
You know, and so that's what you're after. You're after accuracy. And the fastest way to knock somebody out is the lower part of the chin. You can hit yourself in the chin and hurt yourself. Just try it. Just hit yourself just do that. Hit yourself like that, and see how it feels. Just a little bit. Just boom, 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 boom. Just think if you're rocking somebody like that all night long, with jabs, with uppercuts, with hooks, all right there.
I can do it for you later.
Yeah, just right. I mean, just bang. Just like this is where the punch is gonna come. It's gonna come like boom. Just do that. See? Just make contact with the chin. And just think if somebody hit you with the big right hand, right on the chin. or the jab, right on the chin. So when I'm jabbing you, I'm not trying to jab you in your eyes. I'm not trying to jab you in your nose. I'm trying to put the jab right there, right on your chin. Hopefully with an angle, at an angle. Right hand's coming right on the chin. The hook is coming in the chin. Everything's coming right there. So, like I tell my students, so when you're out during the day, look at people's chins. So when you greet them, say, hey, how you doing? They introduce you to somebody. Hey, I want to meet you. I want you to meet Bill. You say, hey, Bill, how you doing? You're looking at his chin.
Nice chin.
You're in the bank and the little old lady wants to get you to move her up. Say, you get in front of me. You're looking at her chin. Everybody, you're looking at their chin.
What about the Girl Scouts?
Yeah, them too. Looking at their chin. We have some cookies. You know,
10-year-old.
that's the target. That's the target. So the more you look at it, the more you're going to hit it. The more you look at it, the more you're going to hit it. And especially when you start intentionally. What's your intentions? If your intentions are to hit it, after a while, you're going to get real accurate and you're going to start hitting it all the time. I've seen some young amateur boxers. We taught them how to do this and made pros get out the ring. Because that's what all their punches were aiming at. We had one guy, he was silver glove champion, golden glove champion. We went to the nationals. He hadn't turned pro yet. He was in Salinas, California. And he was fighting some of the pros in the gym because he was that good. They would spar with him. And when he started aiming at their chins, they started quitting him. Then nobody wanted to fight him anymore. They didn't know what he was doing either. He was just ringing their bell all from round 1, 2, 3. After a while, it was like, hey, what is he doing? And it wasn't the power that it was the accuracy of his punches that came and helped him win a lot of fights. It was accuracy. Okay, so that's the philosophy. Have a target. Be strong. Be strong. Because your opponent, you want to be stronger than your opponent. And what we do with the Fight for Your Life system is like, okay, if 90 days, this imaginary, this visualization, 90 days from now you have a fight. This is what you got to visualize. 90 days, there's going to be a fight. Not a sparring match. It's going to be a fight with somebody your size and your skill level, and they're training right now. They start to train right now. You don't know what they're doing. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for 90 days? You better be getting strong, because your people are going to be there, your family going to be there, all your friends and associates are going to be there, all your classmates are going to be there. Everybody's going to be watching. What you going to do? Train for 1 month, or you going to train for 3? You going to get up in the morning and run? That person's getting up in the morning and running. You going to lift weights? They lifting weights. You going to spar? They spar. How many rounds do they spar? You don't know how many rounds you going to spar. That's what your training camp is about. Your training camp is about what you going to do to get ready for the fight. But the thing is, the calendar, you're going to start crossing off dates on the calendar, because the days are going to start going by. And then the fight is going to happen, ready or not, whether you're ready to fight or not. Well, that's the same thing that's going to happen when you get in a street fight. If you've never been in one, then you better get ready. You better get ready. That's what this is all about. That's why you're studying fighting, you're studying war. Because one day, you don't know when it's going to happen, you don't know who it's going to happen with, you're going to end up in a fight. Hopefully you never end up in a fight. And I think that people that are martial artists and people that are masters martial artists, they don't have to fight. They got a vibe around them. They got a force field around them. People don't want to mess with them. And it's a vibe that they have. That people just go around, they don't really have a lot of fights. But if they were to have one, they'd probably kill somebody. That's how skilled they are, and they wouldn't even think about it. It would just happen. It would just happen. But the thing is, you're not maybe a master, but what's going to happen one day when you do have to fight? I mean, don't you want to walk away from it? Don't you want to win it? Because we don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know. That's why it's a fight of your life. You're going to be fighting for your life. And you want to make sure that you come out on top. You want to make sure that you win that particular fight. And then another thing I tell a lot of people too, when you're training, there's people out there on the street that are what they call street fighters. Okay? They have had 20 fights already. They're already 20 and up on the street. They've been kicked in the head. They've kicked people in the head. They punched, they fought, they bit, they've scratched, they did all that. And this is the person you're getting ready to fight?
Much rougher beating.
Lord, mercy, you're in trouble. If you're not ready to do something really dramatic and really offensive, you're in trouble. This is a veteran. You're getting ready to fight a veteran. Okay? And they like to fight. That's what they do. It's just second nature. This is how they live. This is how they was raised. And they've been fighting since they were a kid. Now they're grown, they still fight. Bar fighting and fight. They like to do that. Okay? Now they're picking on you. This is the person that you stepped on his shoe, or you bumped him the wrong way, or you looked like you were looking at. Now you just have to look at a person the wrong way. And they ask, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me like that? You might not even been looking at him. You're looking at somebody behind him. You know, you might be at a club somewhere, and some woman approaches you, and now she's approaching you. And you're not approaching her, but the guy over in the corner is looking over in the corner, and then what you over there talking about woman for? What talking you want? You don't want to hear that. I saw you. It's getting ready to be a fight. You know, and now you have to do something that you didn't necessarily come here for, that you weren't thinking about it, but are you prepared? That's what it's about, is the one who is the most prepared. And I don't care how good this guy is, if you're prepared and he aggresses upon you, you're going to win. You're going to win. That's what it's all about. So it's about changing your philosophy. Become a destroyer. Become a warrior. Because that's what martial means. It means military, it means war. The position of the person, what they're doing, tells you what to do. And if you want to end it fast, you can end it fast, but they give you the opportunity to. But if they got a defense that won't let you do it, then you got to wear them down. You got to wear them down. But so the thing is, every punch that you're throwing in this system needs to be hard. Every punch. There's no pity patting, feeling out, and all that kind of stuff. It's hard. And it's hard because of your feet. So when people talk about footwork, it's not the Ali Shuffle. We're not talking about the Ali Shuffle. That's not footwork. How you work your feet is how you move your hands. So my left hand is glued to my left leg. So if my left leg moves, my hand moves. If my left leg moves twice, my hand's gonna move twice. Not only is my left leg getting off the ground, sliding, it's not just sliding across the ground. These boxing shoes are flat. Leather on the bottom, you can slide. But really, I'm lifting my foot off the ground so you can hit my body weight. So I'm sliding, but I'm stepping into you. So if I step into you, it's like if the person is right here with his line is in right here, I can stand here and throw punches all day long and just barely hit him. But if I step in, boom, I'm knocking him down. So if I'm stepping in with every punch, okay, not only am I moving my left foot, what's propelling my left foot is my right leg. Okay, so it's like a track star. Track stars, they get in the blocks, is that right? When both of them get ready to run, they're in the blocks. And when that gun goes off, boom, they push themselves out. Okay, so when you're fighting, you want to push yourself into your opponent with this foot. This foot the heel is not on the ground. That's why Ali used to talk about people and look to talk about his opponents. He said, yeah, I can beat him, he's flat-footed. He fights like this. He fights like this. He can't move. He can't move. But if you're up on your toe, I can push myself forward. I can go back. This leg pushes me back, but I'm not flat-footed. I'm on my toe. The only time I put this foot down, only time I put this heel down is when I'm throwing a hook. Then it's like an accelerator. I'm going to slam this heel down so fast that it's going to turn my body. Okay? So when I throw the hook, I'm like, boom, like that. That's the only time I'm going to be flat-footed. Because I want my body to turn. I don't want just the hook to come out. I want my body to turn. And so this goes down, bang. Otherwise, it's always up. I'm always up on my toes. Because I need this, I'm like a track star. I need to push forward. If I'm throwing a right hand, I need my right foot to come forward. Because I want to hit with the body weight all the time. I always want to hit with my body weight. So if I'm going to throw a jab, boom, double jab, when I'm coming back with a right hand, I got to take my right foot off the ground. Not like this, just I did it off the ground. So if it's only off the ground a quarter of an inch, it's not on the ground. So that means my body's free to go this way. My body's free to go this way. So I'm gonna move it like that. I'm not gonna throw the punch and have my right leg glued to the ground. No, I'm gonna come forward with it. Even if it's just 3 or 4 inches. I wanna come forward, okay? So these are small things that I'm telling you today that if you use it, if you practice it, you become a more efficient fighter. Okay? So you want to make sure that your feet are working with your hands. So my right hand moves, my right leg, my right side of my body moves. My left hand moves, my feet move. So that's footwork. Your feet are working. Your feet are working. Okay? This is very important for you as a fighter. If you're standing flat-footed and you're just throwing your arms, you're not hurt nobody. That's why you see a lot of fighters, like I said, you go 15 rounds, 12 rounds, no black eye, nobody get knocked down. These are arm punches. These are arm punches. And you can take those really easy, and you know, it looks like they hurt, they don't even hurt. You got some people, I mean, they really don't hurt. But when people are throwing their body weight into the punches, oh man, you feel it instantly. Okay? So these are some fundamental things that you want to deal with. And what I'm going to do is I want to open up for questions. Like, you got your footwork, you got to know the combinations. It's putting it all together. It's practice. Like anything else, any other style, whether it be karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, whatever, ping pong, that